I'd like to officially open today's meeting. I appreciate that so many of our members decided to join this meeting today. It's going to be really an exciting one. You know, our organization continues to be strong. We're not necessarily growing in terms of membership, but we are, I think, growing in terms of quality and educational accomplishments. I think we're on an excellent path. We have so many dedicated staff and board members and so many dedicated members. And to me, it is a joy to work with all of you and to sort of absorb what this organization is doing. Again, the class program next to our weekly program is one of the pillars of our organization. It makes our organization so successful and so strong. For many years now, we have had in the first 3 months of every year a program with at least 10 classes of a 2.5-hour duration each, with outstanding presenters, with handouts, with notes, and with a great amount of interaction, and also with the ability for our participants to watch the video recordings later and for a long time period. Sheeta has many roles in our organization. She organizes our weekly meetings. She's also the organizer for our class program. In addition to all of that, she does the moderation for these meetings and classes. So we are very grateful and very happy to have Sheeta among us. And I don't think she needs any introduction for today's meeting, where she will introduce the class program for 2025. But before she starts her presentation, I would like to recognize Mike Wozniak to talk to us about our present status and any announcements that are important for our membership to hear. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eckhart. Allow me to share my screen. I hope that everybody can see this. Just a small number of announcements today. As ever, I actually remembered to do it earlier today, so there is a thread now on the message board for any questions or comments that are related to our meeting today. And a quick word about the message board. It's so lovely to see it as busy as it's been over the past week or so. And thank you so much to everybody who's contributing, both asking questions and answering questions. It's rarely been as active as it is just at the moment, and I hope it continues. Thank you. Other things, a reminder that we're having a special meeting on Saturday, December the 7th at 10 a.m. Dan and I will be talking about the website. This is particularly obviously aimed at people who are less experienced, new members perhaps who haven't spent much time on the website. I suspect we'll probably devote quite a lot of time to the message board and just talking about exactly how to get the best out of the service. So that's Saturday, December 7th at 10 a.m. Our AGM will soon be upon us, December the 11th, and please accept this as your official invitation to join us for that event. Many of the board members will be talking during that meeting about what we've just been doing during the past 12 months and our hopes and aspirations for 2025. So we hope that you'll join us on December the 11th. Sheeta, gosh, she's working hard at the moment. Next week, if she's still conscious, next week, Sheeta will be actually joined by several of us: Christian Boyce, David Abramowitz, me, Dave McGuire, and Sheeta herself. We've got a lovely list of excuses for you to exercise your credit card just before Christmas. So that's same time, same place next week. And with that, it's my pleasure just to pass the meeting into the very capable hands of Sheeta, who's going to talk about our classes for 2025. I'll just stop my share. All yours, Sheeta. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And after this, I'm going to go take a nap, okay? All right, let me get this Okay, desktop. Let's just share that. All right, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. All right, thank you. All right, first of all, I'd like to welcome all of you here to listen to our class presentation. And I'd also like to thank all of you because we could not be here if it weren't for you. We appreciate you. We appreciate your presence. We appreciate your interaction. We appreciate everything that you do because you keep us going. And I want to thank you for that. So, with that, we want to talk about the class program that we have coming for this coming January. And it is a really, really important time because things are changing, things are growing, things are going to be different with the advent of Apple Intelligence into our apps and into our phones, into our devices. So we want to make sure that you're covered with that. So this screen is really to show you what's coming. There are going to be so many new things added as the year progresses with Apple Intelligence, with Siri, with these apps on our devices. So we in MUG want to make sure that our members are covered. Okay, give me, really, hold on. Things are weird here. There we go. So with that, I'm going to introduce to you the classes for 2025, as well as the instructors. And we thought it was important this time to really give some of the instructors that you've seen around for a while. So with that, before we get to that, we want to make sure that you know that the classes are taught by industry experts and professionals, some of them you know very dearly and spend a lot of time with. Our classes are going to start on January the 4th. They're going to extend through March the 8th. The time is 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and there will be recordings available for those who cannot attend, who are on different time zones. There's going to be a 15-minute break during the course. There's going to be a dedicated Q&A at the end of every class, so you'll have the opportunity to ask questions. There will be a total of 10 classes. They're going to be $25 each. The price remains the same as it was last year. If you purchase 9 classes, you will get 1 free. There's a PDF that will be supplied with every class. You will have the video recording. And if a take control book is available for that class, for example, Joe Kissel will be teaching a class this year, his take control book will be given to you free. So with that, let's take a look at our first class. Our first class, as always, is going to be Mac OS, and it's going to be Mac OS Sequoia. And I want to briefly say that you have seen this image before. These images were created using AI image generation in Photoshop. The keyword that I used for all of my images was floating in the air. And I tell you, if I created this image on my own, I'd still be working on it. Photoshop created this image in several seconds, and then I added different things to it. So it was absolutely fun doing that. Apple has released a new operating system, and it brings the much awaited Apple Intelligence features to your devices. We are going to extensively cover Apple Intelligence in the core of Apple's apps. And your instructor for Sequoia this year will be me. Uh, as you know, I'm a software educator, presenter for Apple and Adobe products. I've been a technology writer, Apple teacher, Adobe certified expert, la la la. So you know me, we've been together for a while. I'm also everything that Mike said, and I'm also a little tired. Like I said, I'm going to take a nap after this, after today, but we're going to start off with a bang. I want to show you everything that I can that's new, how Apple Intelligence works, and go over in-depthly with Sequoia. A little fun fact, I've been known to play tennis in the pouring rain, but it was much warmer than it is right now. So with that, our next class, and if you like what you see, if you have any comments, please put them in the chat. I want to hear them. Thank you. Our second class is iOS 18, the iPhone. What's new? Apple Intelligence. We are going to cover, again, we want to cover everything in-depthly because there's a sea change here. Things are being announced. There's a new era in what's going to happen with your devices and how they help you. And we want to make sure that the features are extensively covered in our class program. We have iOS 18, new features and devices, along with Apple Intelligence. And no one better to teach this class than Christian Boyce. Christian, author, speaker, former rocket scientist, no joke, and semi-competitive barbecuer. Fun fact about Christian, he was a Northern California State Frisbee champion when he was younger. So the idea, we want to have fun, but we want to make sure that you get all the information that you need. Our third class is iPad OS 18, new features, devices, and Apple Intelligence. And for some of you, the iPad is all you use. You may be watching this on your iPad. We want to cover that. For those of you who iPad is essential to your Apple ecosystem, we're going to cover that as well. But we want to make sure that you are completely covered. Our iPad OS 18 class is going to be taught by our first-time instructor, Mike Matthews. And fun fact for Mike, when he was a kid, he played the Duke of York in the production of Richard III. So Mike, excellent in the Wednesday presentations that he has gone over with us, and he's going to be an excellent instructor for iPad OS 18, new features and devices. Our next class is going to be numbers. Now, we really want to make sure that the core apps on the Apple ecosystem are covered. And with that, we thought about the beginners classes that we had last year, sometime. And we thought, let's keep up with that. They were very successful because we started with a beginner's point of view and then took it to an advanced, to intermediate, to advanced, but we wanted to make sure that you were covered. So with that, we're going to ask Dan to continue on with that. And Dan is going to teach a couple of the core apps, and with that same thought in mind, and we're going to make sure that we cover Mac OS, iOS, and iPad OS, and we're going to hopefully and assuredly give you everything you need for now and beyond. And what can I say about Dan? You know everything about Dan. Dan is the owner, trainer of Dan's Tutorials. And a fun fact, Dan has jumped out of a flying aircraft 3 times, and I'm so glad he parachuted to that. So thank you for that, Dan. And we are going to have an excellent season. Our next class is watchOS 11 and iOS 18. And there have been some incredible some incredible features added to the health, to hearing, to health. And we're going to cover those. Eckerd and I recently took the hearing test that came out with AirPods Pros 2 and Apple. So we're going to cover just about everything related to health. Some of the things that have been added have been mind-boggling and absolutely amazing. And I've always felt that, health is everything. Health is the number one priority that you should always be looking at, because without health, everything comes in second place. So we're going to cover new features and devices and everything you need to be aware of the recent additions to watchOS iOS 18. And another fun fact about me, when I saw the